you have been following a workout routine, following a nutrition plan, you feel like you've been doing all of the right things on your weight loss journey, but you are not seeing progress, this video is for you. We're going to be going over the 3 main components of weight loss and going into detail about how each of these things can play a huge role in your weight loss journey. The 3 components of weight loss are: number 1, exercise; 2, nutrition; and 3, your recovery. You might be thinking, okay, well, I exercise, I follow a healthy diet, try to rest. What's going on? We're going to dig a little bit deeper into each of these, kind of find out what the reasons may be as to why you might not be seeing progress. Maybe there are some things that are missing within your exercise, your nutrition, and your training, and we are going to share all of those things in this video here today. First, we're going to dive into exercise. Following a consistent exercise routine is huge when it comes to seeing progress on your weight loss journey. Staying active not only helps us to burn calories, which can aid in our weight loss goals, but it is also going to benefit us in the long run with our health. And different forms of exercise can also act as a stress reliever on our body as well. And when our bodies are very highly stressed, they do not want to lose weight. It is not going to make weight loss easy if we have high stress and high inflammation. Our body is not going to want to get rid of any fat that we have because it thinks, oh my gosh, this might be fuel that I might need in the future, and it's just not a conducive place for our body to lose weight. When it comes to finding an exercise routine, what I often practice and preach, and if you are a strong sister here, then this is not new to you, implementing strength training is going to be so important. This is going to help you for a ton of reasons. Number 1, the more muscle that you naturally have on your body, the healthier you are going to be. Muscle is metabolically active tissue, so just having muscle means that your body needs to burn more calories and use more calories to keep that muscle and maintain that muscle, meaning that your metabolism might be a little bit higher than it would be if you were someone that had no muscle. And strength training is going to help you build that muscle. On top of that, as women, we're very prone to osteoporosis, which is essentially, as we get older, our bones get weaker and more frail, and we're much more prone to injury. Strength training will help to either increase or maintain our bone mass so that we are not as prone to injury and breaking bones and osteoporosis as we get older. And on top of that, when you combine strength training with your weight loss program, you are going to see curves and muscles and lines on your body that you have dreamt of, and they are all yours to keep. Strength training has given me this whole new concept and confidence of what my body is capable of doing. It's given me this feeling of safety within my body, and I have seen this happen and seen so many women experience that same feeling when they start lifting, when they start touching barbells, touching dumbbells. They're like, wow, I feel so strong and so confident in my body, and I truly want that for every single woman out there. So if you want to start implementing strength training on your weight loss journey, I have a free beginner strength training program, which I will link up here and in the description for you to try out for yourself today. Second to strength training, another part of exercise that can be incredibly helpful on your weight loss journey is implementing cardio. Cardio will also help you burn calories while also very healthy for your heart and your cardiovascular health. When I have clients that are focusing on losing weight, I often recommend LISS cardio. This is low intensity steady state cardio. This type of cardio is great because number 1, it is not super taxing on your body. So when you do it, it doesn't require your body a lot of time to charge up and to recover more from that bout of exercise. On top of that, LISS cardio can actually help to reduce cortisol in our body. Cortisol is a stress hormone that is released whenever we are going through something stressful or even when we do more intense exercise. And this is okay. It's good to have short bouts of cortisol, but when we have chronic stress, chronically elevated levels of cortisol in our body, it can make it harder to sleep, it can make it harder to lose weight, it can really take a toll on how we feel. Doing forms of cardio like LISS, low intensity steady state, can actually help to reduce the amount of cortisol that we have in our body. So you can think of LISS as almost a way to help burn more calories and help your body recover. When I say that, I don't mean do 5 hours of cardio a day, but maybe taking a 30 to 40 minute walk max 2 to 3 times a week can help to burn more calories while also keeping stress levels low. I highly recommend taking that walk outside. If you want to feel good, you want to get some vitamin D, you want to get some sunshine, honey, that is the way to do it. we are gonna dive into nutrition. This could be a video of its own. When it comes to following a nutrition plan, it is so important to make sure that you are following a total calorie goal that helps to meet your body's metabolic needs and lifestyle needs. This can be tricky to find because whenever you go online and you just look up a calorie calculator, it doesn't necessarily take into account your lifestyle, your dieting history. Many of us that have been following diets for a long time are often over dieted, and we've been in this calorie deficit for too long and we're not losing weight. Different online calorie tools aren't going to take that into account, and they don't know that. That's why it's so important to work with a coach that is able to assess your lifestyle, your diet history, currently where you are at, and help to find a plan and create a plan that is going to change as your body starts to change. Because our bodies are incredibly dynamic. On a day-to-day basis, it's burning more calories, burning less calories, depending on our activity levels, our stress levels. So many things come into play. This is why it's really important to work with somebody that knows how to manage that, how to resolve that for you. A couple things that you can do on your own to help with this are to really make sure that your diet is full of as many whole and healthy foods as it can be. Cutting out processed foods is going to make being in a calorie deficit easier. It's going to make you feel more energized. It's going to help with your digestion, and overall you are going to feel so much better. And while you often hear, I follow if it fits my macros, and why is that not going to work for me? You can still lose weight while eating maybe junk food. But when you're eating more whole foods and more nutrient-dense foods, you're often going to feel a lot fuller for longer. Your energy is going to be a lot higher, and the thermic effect of food in whole foods is a lot higher than it is in processed foods. You may be thinking, okay, well, what the heck is the thermic effect of food? Let me break it down for you. When we consume food, our body uses energy, burns calories, to break down that food. The thermic effect of food is basically the amount of energy that is used to break down that food. Whenever we are taking in whole foods and foods that are very high in nutrients, the thermic effect of food is higher. Our body will burn more calories using that fuel than it will if we are having some heavily processed foods that are lacking a lot of nutrients. Whole foods are going to be way more voluminous than processed foods. You've often seen pictures probably on Instagram that look similar to this, where you have a donut next to a big bowl with chicken, with carbs, with rice, with veggies, something that is literally the same amount of calories but so much more filling than just a simple donut. This shows exactly why you will feel so much more full eating more whole foods than you would processed foods. This will also make it easier to diet because you will not feel as hungry. You will feel pretty full and satiated eating all of these foods that are higher in fiber and nutrients than eating these more heavily processed foods that just aren't filling up your stomach as much. The third component to weight loss is your recovery, and this is huge. When I'm talking about recovery, I am talking about sleep, time off from the gym, and stress management. As I have said earlier, a body that is stressed and that has high levels of cortisol does not want to lose weight. And then on top of that, when you have high levels of cortisol, your body is going to struggle to get good sleep and deep sleep. This becomes a problem because during deep sleep, our body is releasing tons of hormones that help with repairing muscle tissue, repairing our body, and essentially just completely replenishing our body. Think of our body as a battery, and by the end of the day, that battery is low. It needs to be recharged. We have exercised, we have had stress at work, we have gone through a lot. You get in bed, and in order to get a full night's sleep, and in order to recharge this battery, we have to get deep sleep. When this battery is fully recharged, our body will release all these hormones that just juice that battery up and completely re-energize our bodies. It helps to release growth hormone, which is going to help with repairing our muscles, giving us energy, leaving us feeling ready to work out the next day, ready to train, ready to conquer the day. And on top of that, it will leave us feeling really awake and rested in the morning. You know when you wake up out of bed and you have that moment of like, yes, okay, I'm ready, let's go. That is a great sign that you have gotten enough sleep. If you are somebody that wakes up in the morning and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I'm struggling, and it's 11 a.m. and you're like, I still am struggling, I need caffeine, that can be a sign that your body needs more deep sleep and that you need to reduce your stress levels and manage your stress. Because when your body is highly stressed and we have these high levels of cortisol, our cortisol release cycle gets off kilter. We wake up in the morning, our body releases a little bit of cortisol, which is good. You might think cortisol stress, bad, cortisol belly fat, but when cortisol is released in small bouts, that is good. That is healthy for our body. That is good stress that we need versus when it is chronically elevated throughout the entire day. So in the morning, when we wake up, our body releases cortisol to help us wake up and get out of bed and conquer the day. That is after you had a good night of deep sleep. Then towards the end of the day, that cortisol level will lower after all of our activities, after maybe some work stress, maybe an exercise, a workout you did, that cortisol will start to lower and then we're able to fall asleep. If this isn't happening, you might find it hard to fall asleep, hard to stay asleep, and you will not feel as rested in the morning. On top of this can all make weight loss harder because, as we said, we need that battery to be fully recharged after a night of sleep in order to feel good and give our all even the next day. A couple things you can do. Set up a morning and night routine to help with sleep. One of the biggest game changers for me has been waking up in the morning and seeing daylight. When I wake up in the morning, it is super helpful for me if I go outside and even take a walk or just to see some daylight, sit out on my patio. Getting in that sunlight helps so much with telling your body, good morning, it is morning time, the day has started. And that can help to keep your circadian rhythm, which is your sleep cycle, in pattern, so that at the end of the day, your body's like, yeah, I'm a little more tired. I saw the sun around 7, 8 a.m. this morning. I'm good. I need to go to bed. I need to get ready for bed. That'll make it easier to fall asleep and to get deeper sleep throughout the night. Another thing you can do with your nighttime routine is implement different things like minimizing some screen time, wearing blue light blockers, keeping the lights a little bit more dim in your apartment, and starting to do things that kind of relax your body and don't stimulate your mind heavily. These are all things that can just help to improve your quality of sleep so that you're getting deep sleep, that battery is recharging, and you're waking up feeling good, feeling ready, feeling energized. Another thing that I heavily recommend that can help tremendously is some different stress management techniques. This is going to be different for everybody. For some, this can be journaling, taking a walk in nature, talking to a best friend, playing with their dog, art, music, doing a guided meditation, doing breath work, praying. These are all different things that just kind of help you enter that flow state. Your body is able to relax. Practicing some form of stress management every single day can transform your sleep and your recovery. This can help to lower those cortisol levels so that your body is able to produce enough cortisol just when it has to help you kill it in the gym, to help you wake up in the morning, instead of to leave you feeling kind of sluggish, not fully rested, not able to lose weight because your body is just chronically stressed. Comment down below what your favorite stress management technique is. For me, it's taking a walk, journaling, reading a book, venting to my mom or my boyfriend. That always feels really great after I do it. Just having these things written down also can kind of help so that when you're having those moments, when you're having those days where you're feeling stressed, you're like, oh my gosh, what next? That's when it's nice to pull those things right out of your pocket and know, okay, I'm feeling stressed. Let me set up a time today to just get a 15-minute walk in nature and get some sunshine. These are the top 3 components that are so important when it comes to weight loss. It is exercise, nutrition, and your recovery. I would love to hear from you what some things you might be struggling with on your journey are, and maybe some things that you learned from this video that you're like, I am now taking that away. Yep, noted. Gonna apply that into my routine. I appreciate you for watching this video and joining me today. If you would like to be a part of the Strong Sister community, if you feel like you just need people to help support you on your journey, you want people that are cheerleaders for you, you want a safe place to ask questions, that is the place to be. You are welcome if you have never lifted, if you have never exercised in your life before. You are also welcome if you're like, I'm a pro in the gym, I can lift anything and everything. It is a place for all women to come join. I want it to be a safe space where we can learn and grow together. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I will see you in the next video.